Happy birthday to Matilda Joslyn Gage, my favorite suffragist. She is a fellow upstate New Yorker, and she was absolutely brilliant, not only in gaining the vote for women in her town of Fayetteville, near Syracuse, New York, long before the federal amendment gave women the vote. She lobbied to get the vote for school board, and she did. And then she sat at the polls and organized carriages to bring women to the polls, and they got all of their slate of school board members elected. She also is something I think of a theologian and a philosopher. Her mother was Scottish, and there was a great intellectual tradition of intellectual individual independence among the Scots and among those women. And her father was a doctor, and she was not squeamish about anything involving human life. I think she helped her own daughters in labor and birth. She wasn't a midwife, but she didn't back off from anything. And she wrote this book. This is a first edition that I got along the way, Woman, Church, and State. And it was suppressed when it came out by a censor called Anthony Comstock, who was also responsible for something called the Comstock Laws, which denied even married couples the right to contraception until 1972. So Anthony Comstock, I blame for the abortion wars, because he stopped any kind of progress in avoiding any kind of need for abortion. And he also hated Matilda Joslyn Gage because she dared to call out the submission of women and the blaming of sin on Eve as told in the Bible. But she doesn't just deal with Western religion. She goes all over the globe. Tolstoy said that this book, which he was sent and read, proved a woman could think. Thank you, Count Tolstoy. But that was considered a great accolade at the time. Matilda Joslyn Gage had a daughter named Maud. She had 4 children and a baby who died. She wrote an incredibly sad poem about that. She experienced everything in life. Maud, the youngest, married L. Frank Baum, and you may know that name because he's the author of the Oz books, The Wizard of Oz.
If you please, I am Dorothy.
And the freedom, the bravery of Dorothy in those books, the inclusion that everybody went on her with the journey to get what they needed. Frank Baum admitted that the ideas that drove those stories were what he got from his mother-in-law, Matilda Joslyn Gage. So this book is still around, Woman, Church, and State. It's been republished and edited into digestible chapters by Sally Roche Wagner. And her ideas are very much alive today. And she calls for equality of masculine, feminine, and a union of the psyches of masculine, feminine, so that what she called feminine genius can inform the more material and robust, she doesn't use these words, I'm trying to characterize it. She's calling for a balance in the human project between the feminine and the masculine. Whether that means literally gender poles, I don't think so. She would never have said that. But it means to her a balance, incorporating everything and not being at war with one another or with parts of ourselves. So Woman, Church, and State, it's brilliant, goes through history. I don't know how she researched it using libraries that she had to travel and stagecoaches to get to, but she did it, all the while raising 4 children without running water in the house. I couldn't do it, could you? Happy birthday, Matilda.